quite exciting to have everybody join us. Thank you, Israel. Welcome, everybody. All right. I'm sure that we are going to have a nice session tonight. My mission is very simple. All right. To get as many people on this call to get them into tech. I'm very passionate about helping Africans break into tech, and this is one of the favorite things I like to talk about. And I'm excited to have you guys join us tonight on this session. Welcome. I will start by sharing my screen. All right, so I will share my screen right away so that we can get right into it. All right, so give me 1 second to share my screen. I will do that in just a second. Okay, my screen is coming up. I'm not sure why it's not up yet, but it's coming up right about now. Fantastic, guys. If you can see that my screen is sharing, please give me a thumbs up. You can see that my screen is sharing. Please give me a thumbs up. All right, guys. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So I will just go ahead to share my slide, but I'm going to set that to slideshow from the beginning. Great. Great. Welcome once again. So tonight I want to share very quickly simple data skills that can get you hired by US and UK companies. All right. If your goal is to be able to land remote jobs in US and UK companies, in fact, and even Canada-based companies, I would say that you are in the right session. All right. I would say that you are in the right session because that is what we are going to be talking about. All right. Very quickly, who am I? I wish I had a slide to you know, show you or just talk you through myself. But very quickly, my name is Ayobami Yusuf. I am a data professional. Just a few weeks or a few months ago, I was a data analyst. All right. So I can no longer call myself a data analyst because right now I'm an end-to-end data professional. I've been in the data space, in the tech space for about half a decade now. I've worked across, different industries, helping organizations harness their data for strategic improvement. I've worked as a data analyst at a talent intelligence company in the Netherlands called Intelligence Group. I've also worked across health tech, worked across educational technology, and right now I'm a research and analytics consultant for a global trade expansion consulting firm in the UK. I'm also an Azure data engineer for a leading manufacturing foundry in Denmark, and I also lead training operations here at Nebiant Analytics. And I'm very passionate about training and mentoring Africans, especially, and just in just about 5 years, I've been able to train thousands of Africans and mentor hundreds of Africans, especially people that are interested in the data space. All right. And I'm happy to be, meeting you guys tonight, sharing with you. Um, Proudly sponsored by Nebiant Analytics. And just very quickly, who is Nebiant Analytics, or who are we? What do we stand for? All right. You might think we're just another educational technology company, but we do not like to see ourselves as such because we are not just another edtech company. We like to see ourselves as a movement that is here to make real change, fill an actual gap, because we've noticed that not enough Africans are represented in the global tech space, and we want to change that narrative. And how do we do that? By helping Africans unleash their potentials, especially those that are looking to break into tech. We believe that tech is a leveler and everybody can actually break into tech. All it takes is a desire to do so. All right. And we've been doing that for close to 2 years. And in that time, we've helped hundreds of Africans make the switch into tech. Those that had no previous experience, right now, they are working fully in tech. And that's really what we are all about. All right. So if you are on this call and your goal is to break into tech, whether you're starting from ground up from zero or you've already started, you're looking to level up. I say congratulations to you because Nebiant Analytics is where your journey starts and where you will be groomed. All right. So let's quickly talk through our agenda for tonight. What are we going to be talking about very quickly? We will start by sharing how to position yourself for a remote tech job like other sharp Africans. You get to see that a lot of Africans are already cashing out with tech. All right. How can you also position yourself to be one of those Africans? After which we then talk about how Nebiant Analytics can help you get started right now. And then I have a special announcement for some people. All right. Unfortunately, this might not be for everybody, but we'll see how it goes. I have an announcement for you at the end of the session, after which we then get to ask some questions and we have like a Q&A session. All right. So that is going to be our flow for tonight. And I also want to inform you, right, in case your network is messing up, in case you're unable to hear me well, and you're really struggling, I want you to be rest assured that you will not miss out on anything. Why? Because this session is recorded, all right? And you have the opportunity to go back to the recording, all right? So we would like to share the recording with you, and also my slides. I would also share my slides with you at the end of the session. And all you need to do to access those resources is to fill out the attendance form that is being shared in the chat box. So if you take a look at the chat box, you will see my colleague sharing the link to the attendance form. You just fill it out and then we'll send you both the recording of this session tonight and also the slide that I'm going to use to present. All right, guys. So how does that sound? Are we good to go? Give me a thumbs up if that sounds good, and we are all good to go. We're all good to go. Please give me a thumbs up and let's get started. Let's get started. Follower is saying that the link is not clicking. You might want to try from another device, all right? You might want to try from another device. Hopefully, it's going to click. In fact, let me try. Let me see if truly the link is not clickable so that I can also see how to or so the link is clickable. All you need to do is join in from another device. All right. So let's get right into it. So I want to start by sharing popular information. In fact, I expect it to be out there right now. But in case you don't know, tech space, all eyes are on Africans and Indians. All right. All eyes are on Africans and Indians. The global ecosystem, the global tech space are beginning to realize that Africans and Indians, those guys are beasts when it comes to talent. Africans and Indians, you cannot beat them. All right. Africans and Indians, they are resilient. Those guys can study, they can learn, and they have a lot of talent in Africa and Indian rather, especially Nigerians. I mean, luckily for us, all right, luckily for us, those that have preceded us, they have represented us very well, even though we still have some sort of bad imagery that people are now beginning to change. Right now, there was a time all we were known for is fraud. All right. If you mention Nigeria, everything that will come to a mind of a foreigner is, oh, those fraudulent people. But right now, we have a lot of Nigerians that are beginning to change the narrative. Go to the UK, the smartest family in the UK right now are a Nigerian family from Edo State. We have a lot of global players playing within the tech space that are Nigerians. And the world is beginning to open their eyes to see, oh, Nigerians are actually talented. So this right now is our time. As Africans, as Nigerians, this is our time to shine in the global tech space. And that's why Nebiant Analytics, we are really trying to capitalize on this demand for Nigerian talents to see how we can build a lot of African talents to be able to meet this global demand. All right. And because of that, recruiters abroad are no longer looking for talents within their own locality. Because the truth of the matter is, hiring a typical American is getting too expensive. If you do a Google search, a simple Google search of the average salary of a data analyst in the United States, for instance, you discover that it's running to about $150,000 to $200,000 in a year. And some businesses, not that they can't afford it, they feel like it is too much. Imagine spending $200,000 on a data analyst in a year. Imagine you have 5 data analysts. That is $1 million in salary alone. So recruiters abroad no longer want to hire their own talents because it's getting too expensive. So what are they doing now? What are they doing now? To cut costs, these guys are playing smart. What they are doing right now is they are targeting African talents because they know that we are talented. They know we can do the job, but they also know that we do not cost as much as their own people. So what these guys are doing right now is they want to look for cheap labor, and they know they can get that cheap labor in Africa and India, especially in Africa, because they know that our economy is so bad that if they give us $1,500, it's like big money to us. But they dare not say they want to offer an American $1,500 in a month. Nobody is going to take that kind of money. All right. So hire an American, you have to pay them at least $5,000 in a month. But these guys don't want to pay that kind of money. So they are looking to African talents to be able to help them minimize costs. And what does that mean for you? This is an opportunity to position yourself for that demand. Right now, there is a high demand for African talents to take up tech roles globally, where you can work from the comfort of your home, and then in their mind, they are paying you cheaply. Even though, to be fair, it's actually very cheap. To be honest, I'm not going to lie to you and tell you, oh, you can start making $10,000 every month. I will be lying to you. As a beginner, you're working in tech, no organization is going to pay you $10,000 in a month. If you like me to lie to you, I am not going to do that. But the truth of the matter is, if you're looking to get started in tech right now, fix your mind somewhere around $1,500 to about $2,500 as a beginner. All right. So that's what you stand to earn if you position yourself for this global demand. But if you're looking to earn $10,000, $15,000 in a month, this session is not for you. But let's track back a bit. If you do the maths, all right, 2,500, in fact, let's do the minimum. $1,500 in a month. Do we have mathematicians in the house? Please help me do the maths. Convert that to Nigerian naira. $1,500. And if you may, use the lowest conversion rate. I know right now the conversion rate is around 1,500 thereabout. Use $1,400. So do 1,000. Sorry, did I say $1,400? 1,400 naira to $1. So use that and put it in the chat. How much will that amount to every month? So if you're earning $1,500, Yusuf says 2 million plus. Emmanuel says $2.1 million. So I want to ask you now, based on this information, do you think as a beginner in tech, earning 2.1 million naira, not dollars, 2.1 million naira, in fact, let's make it 2 million naira every month as a beginner just getting started, do you think that is not something worth it? Do you think that is not something worth it? Give me your reaction. Do you think it makes sense or not? Give me a thumbs up if you think it's something is not too bad, but give me thumbs down if you think no, that amount is too small. Nah, I can't. 2 million naira, no, I'm bigger than that. Just give me a thumbs down if you're bigger than that as a beginner. All right, so a lot of thumbs up so you guys can see, you can begin to picture. All right, that is what you stand to earn if you position yourself, because they are really looking for you. All right now, there's this popular lingua we have in Africa, in Nigeria. Now them they rush us. So now, right now them they rush us. And the reason, you are not special. It's not because they like you. It's not because they love you. Right? The only reason why them they rush us right now is because they want to pay us cheap. They want to pay us as cheap labor. But in our minds, that cheap labor is also fine, because to them it's cheap labor, but to me it is 2.1 million naira, and that is amazing enough. So what then do you do? The demand is already there. The demand is already there. And let me tell you something before I even move away from this. If as a beginner you're earning that, once you have experience, because one of the things that you can do to help yourself is have foreign experience. If in your CV you have that you have worked in a US based company for a start, by the time you are looking for your next job, you are no longer going to be treated as an African talent that I want to hire as cheap labor. You are now a global talent. Then you can now start positioning yourself for opportunities that a typical American can get. So your next job or your next two jobs can now be a job that can pay you $7,000, $8,000, or even $10,000. But for a start, the honest truth is nobody is going to pay you $10,000 for a start. But once you get in, it then begins to elevate your perception. When these people perceive you now, you are no longer that cheap labor guy. You are now somebody who has helped an American-based company improve their operations, and now you are seen as a global talent. So the demand is there, the opportunities are there, but there's no way right now a lot of us can grab those opportunities because a lot of us are not prepared for it. And that is one of the challenges that Africans face. We are not ready for it. The opportunities are there, but we are not prepared for it. There's a saying that says success is when opportunity meets preparedness. But let me ask you, how many of you are even prepared? So give me a thumbs up right now. If right now an opportunity comes for a data analyst opportunity for a US based company right now, or a data science opportunity, give me a thumbs up if you are prepared. Right now, give me a thumbs up right now on this call tonight. Give me a thumbs up if you are prepared. Give me a thumbs down if you are not. Give me thumbs down if you're not. Give me thumbs up if you are prepared. And you will see what it means to be prepared. All right. Because a lot of us, we think we are prepared. But truly, it takes more than what you think to be prepared. All right. So I hope I've been able to establish the fact that right now, the opportunities are there for you. Give me a thumbs up if I've been able to establish that. Give me a thumbs up if I've been able to establish that. So now we know that the opportunities are there. Next question is, how do you then position yourself? Because these guys are literally coming to Africa every day to look for African talent. If you see business solutions these days, there are a lot of businesses that are springing up, trying to harvest these African talents. All right. We used to have back in the day, we used to have Andela. How many of you are familiar with Andela? You know, Andela, that's talent sourcing organization. We used to have Andela back in the day, but now we now have more businesses like that. We have businesses like Jada. There's one that started, I think, last year or this year. Jada, they are harvesting African talents and shipping them to Europe. I think we have a lot of those kind of businesses that are now operating in Africa just to ship African talent to European markets. So these opportunities are really there. The problem is you need to position yourself. And how do you do that? In 90 days. All right. How do you position yourself in 90 days? I have a simple framework that I would like you to follow. All right. I have a simple framework, a 3 steps framework that I would like you to follow to position yourself to tap into the opportunity. Number one, it will start by learning. You can't even get this kind of tech jobs if you don't have the tech skills, because you would need these tech skills to be able to build tech solutions. All right. So it will start by you learning a tech skill. If you don't have a tech skill, you are not going anywhere. All right. So you want to start within between now and the next 90 days. You want to have at least one tech skill to yourself. All right. If they're asking you, what can you do? You can at least say that there is a tech skill that I have. But a lot of people don't even know which tech skill to pursue, which career path to pursue in tech. All right. But because of the kind of demand that we have in the global tech space now, we've seen a pattern. All right. There is a pattern. Most organizations right now are looking for data professionals, because as a matter of fact, every business runs on data. There's no organization right now that does not run or depend or rely on data. And businesses are beginning to realize that for them to have competitive edge, they need to harness the power in their data. And that's why the demand within the tech space right now is mostly centered around data professionals, especially these three that you can see on my screen: data analysts, data scientists, and business analysts. And in fact, it aligns very closely to the estimation given by the World Economic Forum, where they said that by 2030, the demand for data analysts, data scientists, and other big data professionals will grow by 30 to 35%. What that means is, from right now, companies are going to constantly be in demand for data professionals. So if you are looking to position yourself for a career path in tech that would get you a remote job, that gets you to work for these UK and US companies, you want to focus on skills that are high in demand, not just any random skills. And these are data analytics, data science, and business analysts. Are we together, guys? Are we following? Give me a thumbs up if we are following. Give me a thumbs up if we are following. Fantastic. So these are the career paths you want to focus on as an Africans, because these are the career paths that companies abroad are looking for talent in, especially in Africa. So you might be asking me, oh, you are saying data analytics, data science, business analysis. What do these career paths even entail? Very simply, I'm going to walk you through the job of a data analyst, the job of a data scientist, and the job of a business analyst, so you get an idea of what you're going to be doing. As a data analyst, your job is to help an organization gain meaningful insights from their data. That's as simple as I can put it. Every organization has data, but they don't even know how to harness value from that data. So it's your job as a data analyst to help a business look into their data and help them understand how they have been performing. What is their data saying about their performance? How much have they generated in revenue? Compared to last year, how much have they generated above or beyond? If you earn more than you earned last year, that means you are doing well. But if you earn less than you earned last year, that means you are doing worse this year compared to last year. It is a data analyst that will feed into that data to glean some of this insight. So that is what you're going to be doing as a data analyst. And if you want to be a sound data analyst, you don't just want to learn the tools alone. And I'm talking about tools like Excel, Power BI, SQL, Tableau, Looker Studio. You also want to start by learning the basics. All right, you want to be grounded in the fundamentals. What does it even mean to analyze data? What do analyzing data, what benefit does it bring to a business? All of those basic foundations, basic statistical knowledge, these are some of the things that will make you stand out. And here at Nebiant Analytics, when we teach these courses, data analytics for instance, we usually like to start from the basics, from introduction. All right, that's where you learn the essence of data analysis. All right, so essentially you start by learning the basics and then you learn the tools. And when we also teach you the tools, we won't just teach you random tools. We're going to teach you tools that are high in demand in the market right now. And we're also going to teach you how to leverage artificial intelligence. All right, we're going to teach you how to leverage artificial intelligence in your data analytics workflow. All right, so that is what data analytics entail. Now you're asking me, what about data science? What do data scientists do? Now, you remember that a data analyst will look into the data of the business and help them understand what is going on right now. How is the business performing right now? But you know what? The data scientist is not just interested in what is going on right now. They are also interested in, based on what we know right now, what is likely to happen in the future so that we can prepare for it. So the data scientist is more like a prophet that sees into the future. All right. So they want to be able to predict what is likely to happen to the business in the future based on what has been happening to the business in the past. You would agree with me that past happenings can give us insight into what will happen in the future. Give me a thumbs up if you agree. Past occurrences can give us an idea of what will happen in the future. All right. And the same thing applies to business data. If we observe business data to a point, it can give us insights into what will happen in the future. And that is what data scientists focus on. They build some predictive models that give us insights into what will happen in the future. And again, if you want to learn data science, the way we teach it here at Nebiant Analytics, you don't want to skip the basics. All right, you will start from introduction. What is even data science? What does it even mean to predict? How are we even sure that what we are predicting will be correct? You need to be grounded in those foundations. All right, and we have fantastic tutors that are going to help you not just work as a data scientist, but think like a data scientist. And once you're done, you're also going to learn the tools that you can use to be an efficient data scientist. But you also learn how to leverage artificial intelligence to improve your operational efficiency as a data scientist. And for those that are asking, what about business analysis? To put it simply, a business analyst is like a translator between business owners and business stakeholders and the technical people in the business. So what do I mean? Business owners, they know that, oh, I want to make more money. I want to generate revenue, but they don't know how to do so. The technical people they know that, oh, I want to do this, I want to do that, but they don't know how that will translate into generating revenue. So it is the job of a business analyst to understand from the point of view of a business owner what needs to be done. And then they go ahead to communicate what needs to be done to the technical people on how to do it to achieve the goal of the business owners. All right. So they will take the information gathered, they call it requirement gathering. They will take all of those requirements, those information gathered from the stakeholders, they then communicate it to the technical people in the language that they understand. So, for instance, a business owner says, I want to make $1,000 in revenue by the end of Q1. The business analyst will then analyze what it takes to make an extra $1,000. The business analyst then realize, oh, for us to make 1,000 extra dollars, we need to improve our for instance, we need to improve our, let me look for one random example. We need to improve our, say, let me think, our website visits, for instance. Good. I know we need to improve our website visits, but how do we do that? We need to ensure that our landing page looks like this. And then I go ahead to communicate with the technical people. So for us to achieve the goal of the business, we need to ensure that there's a button on our landing page that takes our users directly to the payment page. That way it increases the rate at which customers call to action, leads them to paying for the product, and that would in turn lead us to achieving that extra $1,000 by the end of Q1. Do we understand, guys? Do we understand? If I explain that very well, give me a thumbs up. If I explained that very well to you, give me a thumbs up. But if I didn't, please, you're also free to give me a thumbs down. Boo me. Tell me, boo. I didn't understand. Boo. All right. So I can see quite a number of thumbs up. I think I saw one thumbs down. All right. So if you still don't understand, you can ask me a question at the end of the day. All right. You can ask me questions at the end of the day. But basically, the job of a business analyst is to translate business requirements to the people that are going to execute it so that they can go ahead to execute it. So based on what I've mentioned so far, the data analyst, data scientist, and business analyst, which one sounds very interesting to you? Which one aligns more closely with what you would like to do as a tech professional? You can type it in the chat. Which one do you want to do of the three? Data analytics, data science, or business analysis? Which one aligns more closely with your interests and your career goals? A lot of data. Let me see. In fact, I think it's equal distribution. I think it's equal distribution, data analysis. Usually we used to have more data analytics, and I think it's happening right now. That's interesting. But I'm glad that there are a number of data science right now. I think I see a few data science and a few business analysis. Great, great. So keep it coming in the chat. All right. So now write that somewhere. Now you have been able to identify what career path you would like to pursue. And that is you achieving step one. All right. So if you're looking to get started in tech, for you to be able to land a job from a UK-based company or a US-based company, you have you know now where you need to start from. Start by learning a skill. Start by having a skill, choose a career path, and learn the skill in that career path. But the problem is that this is where a lot of Africans get stuck. All right. Now, this is where the conversation gets serious. So if you were sitting on, a rocky chair, or you are you're in your bed, you weren't paying attention, this is where the conversation gets serious. So I would like you to sit up and make a serious face. Be on your screen, make a very serious face, because at this point the conversation gets really serious. Now, a lot of Africans stop here. All right, they say, oh, let me just learn a skill and that's all I need to know. If that is all you do, if that is all you do, you just have a skill, all you will ever get is knowledge. All right. If all you do is to learn a skill, all you will ever get is knowledge. But remember, the goal is not just to have knowledge. The goal is to be able to use that knowledge to be able to get a remote tech job. So you should not stop there. All right. Don't stop there. As a matter of fact, having those technical skills alone, you are only halfway down the road and it doesn't guarantee you a job. So if all you do is to learn data analysis or data science or business analysis and you stop there, all you have is knowledge and not a job. So what do you need to do? The Nebiant way, the way we groom our students, we don't just teach them the skills and tell them, oh yeah, bye, you can be going. Now you've learned data analytics, you've learned data science, you've learned business analysis. That's all you need. Come and be going to your house. We don't stop there because we know that that alone is not going to get them the job that they're interested in. So after they are done with step one, we take them through step two. There's a step two, and you also need to focus on this step two. Your CV. How is your CV like? Because a lot of us, our CV is even why we are not getting people to pay us any attention. All right. If you have all the knowledge or the skills in the world, you need your CV to get you into the room. So you need to have a CV that gets you into the room. So you need step two. Start by having your CV assessed, all right? And we do that for our students here. We teach them how to match their CV with the job they're applying to. And there's a rule we have here at Nebiant Analytics. For every job you want to apply to, you must have a unique CV to apply to that job. You don't just apply to all the jobs you want to apply to with the same CV. It's a taboo, all right? It's a taboo here at Nebiant Analytics. You must always match your CV to every job you're applying to. And not just that, your LinkedIn is also a magnet for opportunities. If your LinkedIn has not brought opportunities into your DM, then what you have is Facebook. It is not LinkedIn. If all you do on LinkedIn is connect to people, comment on posts, engage with people's posts, all you have is Facebook and not LinkedIn. LinkedIn is for opportunities. All right. You need to get your LinkedIn to that point where it is literally attracting opportunities. And one of the ways you can do that is to have a fully optimized LinkedIn. And you also need to engage on LinkedIn strategically. A lot of people don't know that, but here at Nebiant Analytics, it's one of the things we focus primarily on because we know how powerful a tool LinkedIn is. So you're going to get your LinkedIn profile optimized. And number three, if you don't even have a portfolio, how do you expect these foreign companies who already think, oh, Africans are fraudulent, how do you expect them to trust you? If all you are doing in an interview is telling them, how would you even get to an interview? All right. So the best way to gain confidence of a foreign employer is to show them your previous work. So if you don't have a portfolio, you are not even ready to get started. All right. So as part of your journey in landing that remote tech job, you must have a portfolio that demonstrates your skill. In a portfolio is where you would have all the previous projects you have worked on. And it is when these global or global companies see these projects that they're able to tell, oh, this person actually truly knows how to solve a problem, right? So you need a portfolio compulsorily, all right? Another thing you need to start paying attention to, especially before you get an official job, is the fact that you can actually use your skill to freelance. You don't need to sit down in your house waiting for an official job to enter your mail. You can freelance. You can use your skill as a freelancer. As a matter of fact, you can be working officially and still be freelancing on the side. All right. You can be working officially and still be freelancing on the side. And freelancing has gone beyond back in the days where freelancing is more of, it is whenever there's, it is whenever there's work that you get money. Freelancing right now, the way it is structured like an actual employment. All right, it's structured like an actual employment. There's somebody I used to work for back in the day. She had a job. She had an actual job. All right, she was from Canada. She had an actual job. She now got another job. All right, she got another job. She didn't want to turn it down. So what she did was she accepted the offer, and then she came on Upwork, started looking for data analysts that can be doing that second work for her. All right. So they call it proxy employment. So for 6 months back to back, it's not whenever there's job. I was working that second job for her. And part of the salary they pay her, she will slash my own and give me my own. And it was serious money. So it's not a freelancing now is not, oh, I will do a freelance project today and maybe in the next 3 months I won't have any work. It's now structured like real employment where you can have an organization commits you in the organization for 2 years. You are working every month. You can be doing your own job and still be doing that. So you have all the opportunities in the world to make money from global companies. So that's another thing that you need to start paying attention to. And here at Nebiant Analytics, we also help our students set up their Upwork. And if you are sleeping on mentorship, then you don't know how much of a gold mine you are sleeping on, because one of the easiest way to get frustrated as a beginner in tech is not have anybody that can guide you. That's why a lot of people start, but halfway down the road they give up because there's literally nobody they can learn from. That's why we take mentorship seriously here at Nebiant Analytics. So, as a student, all our students have mentors that are guiding them. Every week, they meet with different mentors that guide them on different aspects of the global tech space. So, mentorship is something that is very important in your journey to landing your first tech remote job. You also need to start taking your interviews very seriously. I've seen, in fact, there was a time I was with a friend, all right? A friend came to stay over, all right, at my place. And I'm sharing this story because I've seen it as a pattern, all right? My friend came to stay over at my place, and he had an interview the Monday morning, and he had the interview at my place. So I was listening and I was hearing how he was answering, the interview questions. And in my head, I'm like, how do you even expect to get this job when you are not even exuding confidence? All right. So if you have gotten the opportunity finally, they've paid attention to you. Now they are inviting you for an interview. You can literally blow that opportunity because you did not prepare for that interview. And you are not alone, all right? In fact, up until 3, 4 years ago, interviews are the most dreadful thing for me. I literally have panic attacks anytime I get a mail that I'm to interview at an organization because, my God, what will I say? Tell us about yourself. Uh, I used to literally get panic attacks. But one thing I discovered with time and experience is that you can literally learn how to ace interviews. Right now, right now, interviews are my favorites. All right. And there's something I used to say to my friends. The only mistake an organization that is not ready to hire me would make is to interview me. Call me for an interview. If you know you don't want to hire me, just don't bother calling me for an interview. Because if you call me for an interview, even if you don't plan hiring me, you will want to, because interview is literally you selling your best self, and there's a way to prepare for it. All right, that's why one of the things we take very seriously is preparing our students for interviews. All right, so before you even go for any interview, you must book an interview preparation session with us, because that interview will determine whether you get that opportunity or not. And you also have the opportunity to be referred to jobs. All right. One of the things that our students get to enjoy is job reference. We have global partners that need talent, and where when we get those requests, we refer our students to those jobs. All right. So those are some of the things that will aid your landing a job. We make it faster. All right. And we'll also support you on the job. You've gotten the job finally, and for some reason you're unable to do some things, you can still reach out to us, and then we will support you on the job. So this step two is the most important. As a matter of fact, is almost as important as learning a skill, because you can have a skill and not have a job. And what then is the point of having that skill? So how can Nebient Analytics help you? Not only are we going to teach you the skills like a professional, we are going to ground you, make you solid. We are not going to abandon you at that point. We're also going to help you with this step two, to the end that you become globally employable and you land that your first job. And then you can then proceed to step three, where you start to apply to these jobs rigorously using all the things you have learned. For instance, our CV job matching program is compulsory for every student. If you don't even want to succeed, we will literally force you, we will tie you if we have to. You must succeed. Why? Your success is actually our success. If you succeed, we can use you to brag. All right. So we will not allow you not to succeed. So you must learn what is called CV job matching. All right. Every student must learn it. All right. And then in our step three, we also recommend our students for job. We give them recommendation letters for any of them that need it. And then we also share exclusive jobs to them. So you're too busy, right? Don't worry. We will look for jobs for you and share daily job updates with you. So if you look at how our framework is structured, is actually centered around not just skills, but helping students to land jobs. So this is how we have been helping our students, and this is also how we can help you to meet this global demand that is driving the world crazy right now. Every organization wants to tap into the African market because they know that they can pay an African talent at a very cheaper rate. So if you want to key into this demand, guys, this is what you need. The Nebian's three-step framework to landing a high-paying remote tech job. All right. And a lot of our students, in fact, before I talk about that, apart from all these things I've mentioned, all right, our students also get some lifetime packages with us. All right. So all their training materials is theirs. All right. It's not ours because they paid for it. So all their training materials is theirs for life. They have lifetime access to their training materials, recommendation letters, and mentorship, all of those for a lifetime. Even after the program, they still get access to their mentor, because once you're done with your program, you then get onboarded to our mentorship program. And in our mentorship, there is access to mentorship. All right, there's access to mentorship and a lot of things. So these are some of the things that our students stand to gain from the program. So a lot of our students have gone through this program and they have been able to go from not having a tech job to landing their first tech job. Let me share some of our students' story, and then we go into how you can get your own journey started. One of the, you know, one of my favorite people to talk about that has landed a job is Esther, because Esther didn't even imagine that she was going to get into tech. At the time, she was working as an health practitioner, as an on-field health practitioner after nursing school. And then, it got to a point where she was like, no, this is not what I want to do for the rest of my life. This is stressful, it's not rewarding, and time is no longer on my side. She was literally tired and she wanted more. All right. She joined a session like this, the same way you guys are on this session, where we're talking about, you know, uh, opportunities in tech, and she decided to give it a shot. So she joined our data analytics program in February. Guys, After Esther had gone through all of those things I showed you in the previous slides, 3 months later, Esther, in May 2025, she landed her first data analyst role at an organization called Prawa Nigeria. And for those of you that joined very early, you must have heard Esther. We played a video of some of our students sharing their testimonials. And one of those people was Esther. Where I think we had another person, Mary. She also spoke, and you heard her mention how she landed her first job. So Esther, you know, when I said Esther, who can guess what came to my mind? I'll tell you. Don't worry. Thank you very much, Adebayo. Esther was black and broke, but when Esther see money, established. And that was literally, all right, that was literally what happened to Esther. That was literally what happened to Esther by deciding to empower herself. But not just Esther, we have quite a lot of people who had walked this path and then they achieved the same results. We also have Oluwaseun here. Oluwaseun, at the time, he was working as a risk officer for a microfinance bank. And you can already begin to imagine the pay working in a microfinance bank. He got tired and he decided to, get into tech. And last year, August, he joined our business analysis training program. And we took him through everything that I showed you in the previous slide, from step 1 to learning a skill to step 2, branding and getting positioned for a job. And one of the remarkable things about Oluwaseun is not only did Oluwaseun land a job, he also became a global voice within the business analysis um, industry. Last year, I think he got he bagged a badge on LinkedIn. I think it's a top voice badge. For those of you that are familiar with the top voice badge, is a badge given to top professionals in their field. And Oluwaseun, who just started learning in that field, he was able to earn that badge. All right. And he used that to, learn. Oh, somebody wants to see Oluwaseun's portfolio. Fantastic. Thank you very much, Emmanuel. Let me click on. And by the way, when I send you these slides, all right, when I send you these slides, you can go through all of these people's portfolio. Let me click on Oluwaseun's portfolio so that you can see Oluwaseun's portfolio. I like that. Thank you very much, Emmanuel. Thank you for asking that. This is Oluwaseun's portfolio. So when you click on that link, you can go through this page. Let it load up. It's still loading. It's still loading. It's still loading. Give me a second. It's still loading. It's still loading. And you can see the power of a portfolio. If you're a student, like I said, if you don't want to succeed, don't join Nebient Analytics, all right? If you don't want to succeed, don't join Nebient Analytics. But if your vision, your mission, your goal is to succeed, we will push you to do so, all right? So once you click on Oluwaseun's portfolio link, it shows you. Guys, can you see? First of all, I'm not sure. On my second screen, I can't see it. But give me a thumbs up if you can see Oluwaseun's portfolio. Please give me a thumbs up if you can see Oluwaseun's portfolio. All right, thank you very much. Because from my own screen, I'm still seeing the slides. Great, great. And that's what I'm showing you. Marco Chuku. That's what I'm showing you right now. So if you see, saying about me, it's saying meet me. Hi there, I'm Oluwaseun Ojo, a passionate, dynamic, solutions-driven, and highly collaborative business processes and automation analyst with a strong focus on blah, 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 blah. But this is not what we're interested in. The recruiter has seen this, but the recruiter is more interested in what Oluwaseun can do. All right, not what a hot body can do, but what Oluwaseun can do. So how will the recruiter see that? By clicking on this view my portfolio. So once the recruiter clicks on view my portfolio, it will take the recruiter to Oluwaseun's list of projects, the list of projects that Oluwaseun has worked on before. Guys, how many of you can see Oluwaseun's project page? I don't know what's wrong with my own screen. I can't see it from my own second screen. Can you see a page that starts. If you can see that, please give me a thumbs up. Oh, great, great, fantastic. So Oluwaseun includes some of the projects he has worked on, and this is an analytics project. If I scroll down, you'll see end-to-end business analysis project, and that is loading up. That is loading up. And in this project, Oluwaseun conducted a gap analysis to evaluate the current state of this retail commerce platform against the desired future state, blah, 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 blah. And if you click on this link, it will take you to the slides for this project. He has a lot of projects. You can see he has a lot of projects. And this is how you show a recruiter that you are serious. You show him the things you have done before, the projects you have done to solve a problem for a real world organization before. That is only when the recruiter will trust you that, okay, this one actually knows what he's doing and we can hire him. Are we all together, guys? Are we all together? Are we all together? Please give me a thumbs up if we are still together. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Great. So you need a portfolio, and that's why it is compulsory on the program, on the training program. You must have a portfolio. All right. So that is Oluwaseun, and Praise Lucky can't see anything from my screen. So you know what I suggest? Yeah, Praise. All you need to do is log out. All right, log out of the session and log in immediately. All right, log in immediately. You should be able to start seeing my screen. All right. So and Oluwaseun this year. All right. So this was where I was going actually before cockroach bites. Oluwaseun landed a business analyst job this year in March. Since that last year, what he has been doing was some consultancy gigs from LinkedIn. You know, people that would see his LinkedIn profile, they would hit his DM, send him opportunities. But this year, Oluwaseun in all right. In fact, Ugochi's story was peculiar. She was a stay-at-home mom at the time. She was working in corporate, and then she got pregnant and gave birth to a child. And of course, she had to stop working for a while to attend to being a mother. And by the time she was ready to go back into the corporate space, you would agree with me that it will not make sense to have a child and still be jumping bus in Lagos. It will not make sense. All right. So Ugochi at that point, she knew that no, nah, I can't go back to what I used to do. Ugochi thought to herself that it was time to get into this tech thing that I've been hearing. They said that if I work in tech, I can work from home, I can work for remote, I can work for organizations abroad, and all of those sounded like what she needed at the time. And then when she joined this kind of session like this, where she heard about the opportunities in tech, she decided that business analysis sounded more like what I would like to do. And then she signed up for our business analysis program in February. All right, in February 2025. And as God will have it, fast forward to June 2025, Ugochi landed her first job as a business analyst. And right now, she currently works as a business analyst at Marite Consulting. And again, maybe you also like to see Ugochi's portfolio. Guys, would you like to see Ugochi's portfolio? Let me know if you like to see it, or would be wasting my time. All right, so let me show you Ugochi's portfolio, and maybe we would put a peg at that. All right, let me put a peg. Once we are done seeing Ugochi's portfolio, we'll just go ahead. All right, now this is Ugochi's portfolio. Let's see Ugochi's portfolio very quickly, very quickly. Guys, if you can see Ugochi's portfolio, please give me a thumbs up. If you can see Ugochi's portfolio, give me a thumbs up. So I'll be very fast with this. I'll just read through She says, "Hi, I'm Ugochi, business analyst, passionate about using data, systems thinking, digital innovation to drive sustainable blah blah blah. With 5 years plus experience, spanning education, blah 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 blah. I have blah 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 blah, blah career go blah 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 blah." But the recruiter is really not interested in that, to be honest. All right, the recruiter is really not interested in that, guys. What is the recruiter really interested in? What Ugochi has done, all right, and what Ugochi can do. So the recruiter will likely click on the portfolio link, and that will take the recruiter to Ugochi's portfolio page. Guys, can you see Ugochi's portfolio page? Now I've moved away from the about me. I'm now in Ugochi's portfolio page. If you can see Ugochi's portfolio page, please give me a thumbs up. You can see Ugochi's portfolio page. I would like to move on after this because we have quite a number of things to cover. Or I see a number of thumbs down. I see a number of thumbs down. But guys, let me ask one more time. If you can see Ugochi did, show us what Ugochi did that is exceptional because there were other applicants. Great. Great. So if you can see this page, you will see the first thing that will greet your screen is this nicely looking dashboard. Can you see this dashboard? Can you see this dashboard? This is the kind of things that organizations want to see. Can you build us a dashboard that will give us insight into our data? And Ugochi built this as a beginner. Imagine building this as a beginner. What will you build when you are 3 years in the field? All right. So Ugochi talked about this project, blah blah blah. She said a lot of story, but I'm not interested in the story because I'm not going to give Ugochi a job. I'm not recruiting now, so a recruiter can go through that story. All right. And she also includes a link here that says interact with the dashboard here. That is somebody who is intentional. She's not just showing the recruiter pictures. She's also including a link that the recruiter can go to and interact with the dashboard live. The recruiter can filter, can move around. Nah, I mean, that is exceptional if you ask me. And then she goes ahead to show some business analysis related projects. All right, here she's doing some supply chain transformation and IPO readiness chain process. This is a chain process. I think this is a business process diagram. She has done this. She also breaks down that project, did a lot of things. And this is app profile analysis for business strategy. This is gap analysis. You name it. Ugochi has done a lot. So, Catherine, do you agree with me now that Ugochi has an exceptional portfolio? Catherine, just give me a thumbs up. I want Catherine, basically. Catherine Mezuma. Please give me a thumbs up. Fantastic. So you can see how important all of these things are in landing your job. Without these things, your chances of landing a job is close to zero. All right. And this is what we take our students through, and it literally transform their lives in a matter of months. I wish I had more time to share the story of other people, but our time is fast spent. You can go through these slides yourself when I share them with you. This is Naomi. Naomi now currently heads a team. Literally, she heads a team right now because our organization, saw our impact on LinkedIn. This is Udwak Grace. This is Eileen Okai. Udwak currently works as an application support engineer at Sparkle Nigeria. It's a very popular organization in Nigeria. She now works as their application support engineer. Eileen, our dear Eileen, is now a marketing data analyst, and she got that job just a month after completing her training and internship with us. All right. So these are people who have achieved these steps and they have used it to achieve success. So, what am I saying in essence? If you are looking for a job now, emphasis on looking for a remote tech job. You don't want to stop at learning, and that's what you get in most places. You just learn the skills and then you are left alone to go figure your life out on how to get a job. But we know this is not effective. And that is why here we do it differently. We're not just going to teach you the skills, because really the skills is useless unless you're able to use the skills to land a job. So you need to go ahead. You need to move forward from step one, where you learn the skills, to step two, where you allow Nebient Analytics to position you to become globally employable, the same way we have seen it give results to these people. So when you get the slides, please go through some of these portfolios that we've included, just to show you how important a project portfolio is to landing your first job. So how can you get started? How can you be the next person we are sharing their story? A new cohort is starting. We're onboarding a new cohort of data analysts, data scientists, and business analysts on the 8th of November. And for everybody that joins this cohort, you could be the next person on my slide when I'm sharing with another group of people. All right. So if you're ready to join that cohort, we welcome you to join that cohort on the 8th of November. We are going to take you through everything I've mentioned, not just learn a skill, but we're going to help you with your profile on LinkedIn. We're going to optimize it, teach you how to craft CVs that win. You're going to build a project portfolio. It's a website that you're going to build. You've seen Ugochi's portfolio, you've seen Oluwashem's portfolio. You're going to learn how to build that kind of portfolio and populate it with amazing projects that would wow your recruiters. Not only that, we're going to teach you how to win on Upwork, where you can be working and also be freelancing. We're going to give you access to global mentors, people that are already doing what you want to do. They're going to guide you every step of the way. So come 8th of November, your class will start. So for everybody ready to start with that course, prepare your mind for a 4 months long journey. All right, for a 4 months long journey, and it's going to be 100% online. Thank you very much for asking that question. Praise Lucky. It's going to be virtual, all right, because one of the reasons why our program is run virtually is because we get instructors from all around the nation. All right, we don't want to be confined to just one location. Imagine we run a physical location in Lagos. What that means is we are only able to get data analysts, data scientists, and business analysts that are in Lagos to train our students. But no, we want to get the best hands, and that's why we have to get the best from regardless the location. All right, regardless the location. So for the 4 months journey, your first 3 months is going to be 3 months of intensive learning. All right, that's where you get to learn the skills, learn the basics, learn the fundamentals, learn all of these things for the first 3 months. And after your 3 months of learning, you then go into 1 month of internship, because we believe that until you have gotten your hand dirty for real in a real world organization, you cannot call yourself a data analyst, for instance. You cannot call yourself a data scientist. You cannot call yourself a business analyst if you have not applied all these things you've learned in an actual organization. And another thing the internship will do for you is that you can add it to your CV, all right, as part of your work experience. And that would help you avoid that experience loop that a lot of people fall into, where they're unable to get jobs because they don't have experience. On your CV, you can literally put Nebient Analytics or any organization that you work with in your internship as your previous employer, and that gives you some level of credibility to any organization you're trying to get into. So that's what your 4 months is going to look like. And classes will hold on weekends, especially Saturdays. You're also going to have some weekday sessions. But because our training is tailored specifically to people that are working, we don't need you to quit your job. You can be doing what you are doing and still upskill till you are ready to get that foreign job. All right. So your classes will hold on Saturdays, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. West African time. 3 hours, you're going to be in class with your instructor, not just learning theory, but also getting your hands dirty, building real world projects that you can include in your portfolio. Our classes are hands on. Theories will not get you so far. If all you do is learn theory, read, learn theory, you just know it in your head. All right. But the real learning comes from when you do. All right. So that's why our classes are hands-on. All right. But before you get into class on Saturday, on Sundays, we will give you a bunch of preparatory videos that you need to watch, all right, that you need to watch to prepare yourself for the theories and practicals that you will learn in class, all right. So those videos are also hands-on videos. They are not just theoretical videos, all right. They are not just theoretical videos, all right. You also learn how to do things, all right, in those videos. And then on Tuesdays, you after work, you're back from work, all right. You're back from work Tuesday evening, 9 to 10. You get into another session called technical support sessions, where you get all the technical issues that you have, you get it resolved, you learn more, you collaborate with your team members, and you improve on your learning. And then on Thursdays, like I mentioned, mentorship is a big part of our training here at Nebient Analytics. So every Thursday is where you get to meet with your mentors. And I like to say, in the program, you get to meet with at least, for now, at least 9 different mentors. For now, the list gets exploded every time. So you get access to more mentors over time. But for now, at least, you will meet with 9 mentors before you finish your program. All right. So that's what the program is going to look like. So for those of us that are ready for the program, all right, you can join that course starting on the 9th of or on the 9th, sorry, the 8th of November. And for any of the program you want to go for, it could be data science, data analytics, business analysis. The original price for the program is 350,000 naira. That's the price for the program for the 4 months journey, not 400,000, not 350,000 every month. For the entire 4 months, 350,000 naira. That is the price for the program. But guess what? Because you joined me tonight, Rita. Okay, Rita, I'm going to get to that question very shortly. All right, I'm going to get to that question because you're on this session tonight. For anybody on this call that can hear me right now, you have an opportunity to get this at a ridiculously discounted amount. All right. So because you can hear me on this call, you are not going to pay 350,000 naira. While others are paying 350,000, you have the opportunity to pay at a discount. And what is that discount? You are going to pay 250,000 naira instead of 350,000 naira. So now your 4 month program now costs 250,000 naira, no longer 350,000 naira. And you have to grab this discount while it lasts. All right. So I'm opening up this discount because it has closed. All right. Our discount period already closed. I had to open it up tonight because I was coming on this session. All right. Because I was coming on this session, and that's why I'm opening up. So you have tonight to grab it. All right. You have tonight to grab this discount. And somebody asked me, all right, let me share the course curriculum. I think I saw that question now. Let me share very quickly. Give me a second and then I'll go back to this. Give me 1 second. Let me share the course curriculum with you guys in case you want to go through it. Just give me 1 second. The brochure is here. Just give me 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. And I'm going to share with you. Just give me. All right. All right. All right. All right. Okay, and I'm going to paste it right here. Guys, please stay with me. Stay with me. I have more fantastic announcement to make. All right, to make it easy for those that want to join. I don't know what's wrong with my network. Okay, I think now I can paste. Great. Think now I can paste. My God, my network is. Yes, it would also be shared on the WhatsApp group if you want, or you can also even reach out to us privately. Okay, give me a second. So if you got, all right. So from current slide, okay. So let's get back to the conversation, guys. So I was talking about the fact that you have tonight to grab, my discount. But guess what? It gets better, guys. It gets better because, like somebody mentioned, is there installments? And I'm happy to tell you that yes, you can actually pay these in installments. And in fact, not just any kind of installments, three installments. All right, you can pay the 250,000 naira in three installments. Now, provided you are able to secure the discount, price. All right, if you're one of the people that are lucky enough to get the discount, you can split that discounted amount in three installments. So what does that mean? Once you have secured the discount, all right, once you've secured the discount tonight, all you need to do to start is 85,000 naira. That's all you need to start. And once you okay, I'll get to that question, Bami Koleshola, very quickly. Once you secure your discount with 85,000 naira, you've literally started the program. All right, you get into the program. Because you've not completed your payment does not mean we would have to wait till you complete. No, with 85,000 naira, you get into the program, and then you have 1 month after you've made your first installment to make your second installment. So 1 month after your first installment, you can then make your second installment. And 1 month after your second installment, you can then make your third installment. So it makes it easy for you to, pay for your program at a very flexible, at a very flexible rate. All right. So you have 1 month in between each payment to get into the program. But tonight, to grab this discount, all you need is just one installment. So you don't even need to pay the entire 250,000 naira tonight. With just one installment, you have automatically stolen this program at this ridiculous discount. It's not even stealing anyways. You just grabbed an opportunity, and that's nice. All right. So for those of you that are ready to get started with the discount, all right, with the discount, if you want to grab the discount tonight, all right, if you want to grab the discount tonight, you can do so by making a direct transfer to the account you can see on your screen. You can make a direct transfer, and this is only for those who want to grab the discount. If you are not interested in the discount, all right, if you're not interested in the discount, you don't need to do anything tonight. All right, only those who want to pay the discounted amounts need to take action tonight, and you don't even need to pay the entire discounted amount. All you need is just one installment and you are good to go. So to do that, just make a direct transfer to the account you can see on my screen: 0098999047, and it is a Sterling Bank account. You would see Nebian's analytics. All right. So once you are done making your first installments tonight, just make sure that you also share your payments, will I call it proof now, or your payment screenshot, your payment, your transaction receipts. Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for. All right, that's what I'm looking for. So share your payment receipt with us so that we can guide you through the next step. So guys, for those that are ready to grab the discount, do so with just one installment. But it's also fine if you want to pay the entire 250,000 tonight, that is also fine. But if, like me, I would rather take advantage of an installment if it is available. All you need is just one installment, and you are officially welcome to the program. And we can't wait to literally transform your life, all right? Because at the end of this program, what is waiting for you is life transformation, all right? And also, at the end of the program, you get a globally recognized certificate. All right. It's not just recognized in Nigeria, but globally recognized. Our students have used the same certificate. Those students that secure jobs, all our students that have secured job, they also presented the certificate. But even though I would advise, like I like to advise my mentees, certificates is not what gets you the job. At the end of the day, it is what you can do, because every interview you get to, they will give you what is called technical assessments. So even if you have a certificate from Harvard and you fail the technical assessment, you are not getting anywhere. All right. So instead of focusing on certificate, you want to focus on the skill and the strategy you are going to learn from the program. So for those of you that are grabbing the discount, please do so while I'm still here so that I can guide you through the next steps. And this is where we get to answer questions. So if you have any questions for me, you can put it in the chat, or you can also speak. If you want to speak, you also have the opportunity to do that. If you want to speak, you can raise your hand. Once I see you raising your hand, I would know that, oh, you have a question, and then I will call you up so that you can unmute your mic and speak. All right, so that you can unmute your mic and speak. So if you have a question for me, please go ahead. If you don't, um, you can type it in the chat. So I'll go through the chat to see if I have some questions. Okay, my colleague has answered all these questions. Catherine, the 250,000 naira covers for one course, all right, one course. I think my colleague has answered that. David, I have answered your question. Akpan, if one is interested to join the November batch but doesn't have 85K to secure a spot right now, what happens? So what happens is you can still join the program when you are ready before the 8th of November. But what will happen is that you will no longer be able to access the discount, all right? You will no longer be able to access the discount. So that means you'll be one of those people who are going to pay 350,000. So it does not mean I'm breaking seriously. Oh, apologies, guys. If you can still hear me, please give me a thumbs up. You can hear me loud and clear. Please give me a thumbs up. Okay, apparently a lot of us can still hear me. So Akwan, hopefully you're able to hear me now. Akwan, please confirm you're able to hear me. You can just type a yes in the chat, Akwan, if you can hear me. If you can hear me, please just type a yes in the chat. But I'm going to assume that you can hear me. All right. So as I was saying, Akwan, you don't want that to happen to you. You want to secure your discount tonight. You want to secure your discount tonight so that you are part of the people that would be paying 250,000 naira. All right. So I hope that answers your question. Um, Esther is asking, Esther is still struggling to get a new laptop. Can I join without a laptop? So Esther, if I was only interested in your money, I would have said, yes, you can join without a laptop, but I would be lying to you. All right. To get value from the program, to get actual value, the kind of value we would want you to get from the program, you would actually need a laptop. So I would not recommend that you join the program without a laptop. All right. I would not recommend it because our program is hands-on. Like I said, theory can only get you so far. What will really get you to where you want to be is the things you can do. All right. Because uh, businesses that would hire you are not interested in what you know. They are interested in what you can do with what you know. So, but here's what you can do, Esther, if you're still on the call. Even though you don't have a laptop of your own, if you can get access to a laptop you can use for class and for practice, I would recommend that you join the program. All right. Maybe a friend, a family member, a church member, anybody that can give you their laptop once in a while to practice what you are learning in class, then you can join a laptop. Don't mind me. Then you can join the program. But if you don't even have anybody at all, which I don't want to imagine, I would recommend that you get a laptop. All right. So I hope you got that, Esther. And Ruth is asking, is it possible to pay the 85K within Sunday to Monday? Well, I would say yes, it is possible because, like one of my colleagues like to say, anything conceivable is possible. But the problem with that is we have a threshold. All right. Our classes are regulated. We don't just want to have 100 people in class. We want to regulate our class to a number. All right. And right now, people are already making payments. All right. I can already see some payments coming in. So the problem is, if we have gotten to that number, once the spot is filled, you revert back to the 350,000 naira, and that means that installment where 85K becomes your first installment no longer holds. All right, it no longer holds. So I would advise that you secure your discount before the spot gets filled up. All right. It's a sacrifice that you're paying to your future, and your future self will really appreciate you for the sacrifice that you're making right now. Princess is asking, apology. I think I saw somebody raise their hand. I will call you immediately after this question. Not sure how possible this can be, but I'd like your team to be to kindly consider extending to enable a few back the opportunity if possible, though. So it is possible for you to still book or secure your discount. All right. Although I'm thinking of something now. All right. I'm thinking of something that I can do for some of us. But let's see how that goes. Yes. David, if you joined early enough, you hear me mention that all our courses includes AI. All right. We are an AI focused organization. And let me quickly show you. Let me quickly show you. Let me quickly show you. When I was talking through the different courses. All right. Um, this is David. Hi, David. Can you see my screen? 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 So all our courses, you need to learn how to use artificial intelligence. You use tools like ChatGPT. You use tools like Google DeepMind, their Gemini 2.5 Pro model. You use a lot of AI to elevate your workflow as a professional. I hope that answers your question, David. I hope that answers your question, David. All right, great. So you must, in fact, it's compulsory. You must learn how to use AI as a professional these days. All right. So I can see a number of people who really want to secure their slots tonight, but the challenge is their 85,000 naira is not complete. If I have any of such, they don't have up to 85,000 naira to at least book their slots. All right. They don't have 85,000 naira to book their slots. They don't have up to 85,000 naira to book their slots tonight, but they would really love to book their slots. If I have any of such people, before I make this announcement I want to make, give me a thumbs up. You don't have up to 85,000 naira tonight, but you still like to book your slots tonight with at least part of it. All right. You don't have up to 85,000 naira, but you will still like to book your slots. All right, just to secure that discount, and then you have more time to be able to look for the rest. All right, so for people like that, here's what I didn't want to do before. All right, I didn't want to do it, to be honest. I'm not going to lie to you, and the reason why I didn't want to do it is because your class starts literally in the next 2 weeks. All right, am I correct with that date? All right, let me confirm. One Yes, your class starts literally in 2 weeks. All right. So I didn't want to do this before, but I can do this on one condition. All right. On one condition, I would allow you to use at least 30,000 naira to secure your discount tonight so that you are able to lock down that discount and then you commit to balancing your first installment before the 8th of November. All right. Preferably by the end of the month or maybe the first week. What am I saying? By the end of the month. Let me put it like that. By the end of the month. So you can lock down your discount tonight so that you don't miss out. All right. You don't miss out on the discount. And then you have more time to look for the remaining balance of your first installment. So if you're able to do that, give me a thumbs up. You're able to lock down your discount with 30,000 naira tonight. And then you have more time to go and look for the balance of your first installment. If you're able to do that tonight, give me a thumbs up. If you're able to do that tonight, give me a thumbs up. All right, so that I can know if I want to open that up for you guys. So I know that I can open that up for you guys. All right. So for those of you that want to do that, send your payment receipt. All right. Still make the 30K initial commitment and then send your receipt to the WhatsApp numbers you can see on the screen. All right. So do that and then we would help you lock down that discount and then you only have 55,000 naira balance for your first installment and then you can continue your installment plan. All right, does that help anybody? All right, does that help anybody? Does it make it easier for you to still able to still be able to secure the discount? Guys, I'm no longer seeing your reaction. We are still about 65 people on this call, so I want to see your reaction, guys. I want to see your reaction. I want to see your reaction. If you can still hear me, please react. If you can still hear me, all right. I want to be sure I'm not alone. Fantastic, fantastic. All right. So go ahead and do that. Go ahead and do that. Go ahead and do that. And if you still want to secure your discounts, please do that. And make sure that you are securing your discounts before the spot gets filled up. All right. Before the spot gets filled up. If you want to do it at a later time, maybe tomorrow, just before the slot gets filled up, you can take a screenshot of the account details and also the WhatsApp numbers that you can make that you can send your um, payment receipts to, and then you can complete the transaction. So I would take some hands that have been raised since. All right. So let me start with Sarumi Kayode. Kayode, please go ahead, unmute and ask your question, Kayode. Please go ahead, Kayode. Hi, Kayode. Are you able to unmute? I can see Kayode's hand is up. I can see Kayode's hand is up. So Patrick is asking, do you start course every month? Because just like Esther, I would want to get a laptop before joining. Yes, we start course. All right. We onboard new course whenever we have prepared for that cohort, all right? So we don't just randomly start a new cohort. We like to prepare, we like to ensure that everything is ready for that cohort. We've gotten the best hands that we train them, all right? We've gotten all the resources they would need to excel. Once we have that checked, then we onboard a new course. Whether it is every month, that I cannot guarantee you. All right. That I cannot guarantee because I'm sure what you're asking really is there going to be a new course after the November course? The answer to that is it is likely, and that is dependent on whether we've been able to, get everything you need to start that course. So, like I told Esther, you really do not have to get a laptop of your own. All right. As long as you're able to get somebody to give you a laptop, I think you should register for the program. So, Kyle, I can see you're muted.
Yes.
So, please go ahead.
Good evening, sir. Good
Good
evening,
evening.
sir.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were a male, but Please go ahead.
Yes, I use my husband email. That's why. I'm so happy
Okay, all
for
right.
this
That's
opportunity,
fantastic.
sir.
Greetings to your
I
husband.
will not take it for granted.
You're welcome.
Yes, sir. Please, I just want to ask that, please, are you truly genuine before the payment?
Are you what?
Hello?
I'm not sure I got that.
What I mean is that, there are
Please,
many
can you come again,
people
please?
out there. Can you hear me? Hello?
Yes, yes, I can hear you.
Uh-huh. So I said, are you sure you are legit? Yes.
Oh, okay. Now I get.
Before
Oh,
the
okay.
payment.
That's actually a very valid question, to be honest.
Yes.
Yes, very valid. So what I want you to do is this. Uh, I can lie to you, right? I can tell you, yes, we
Yes.
are genuine, and I might be
Mm.
lying. So what I want you to do is go on LinkedIn, all right? Go on LinkedIn.
Okay.
Go on LinkedIn. I don't want to answer you. I don't want to be the one to tell you we are legit, all right?
All
I don't
right.
want
All
to
right.
be the one to tell you we are legit. Go on LinkedIn and search for Nebians Analytics. And as a matter of fact, let me show you that we are on all social media platforms. You can check us out on Instagram. You can check us out on Facebook, as a matter of fact,
Okay.
on TikTok, in fact, on
Okay.
LinkedIn, and you can check us out on YouTube. We have a YouTube channel. We've been operating
Okay.
for years. All right. We've been
Okay.
operating for years, and you can see our students are real people like you that joined our session. So, I'm not going to answer that. Go and check us out. All right.
All
Because I
right.
can tell you, oh, we are legit, but then I'm lying. All right.
Mm.
So, once you
Mm.
find us out by yourself, you will be the one to agree with yourself that truly we are legit. But if I need to answer you, we are definitely legit. We've been around for
Mm.
2 years. All right. So any business
Okay.
that's been doing business for over 2 years and nobody has called them out for fraud,
Mm.
for running away with their money for over 2 years. I think you would agree with that business that they are legit, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So yeah, you can do the findings by yourself, right? I love that question. It's a very valid one. And thank you for asking because maybe other people also want to ask that question, but they didn't know how to ask, and you asked for them. So thank you very much. So I don't know what
All
to
right,
call
sir.
you. I'm sure you are not Coyote.
Yeah. Busayo. I'm Busayo.
Okay, Busayo. Busayo.
Yes.
Thank you very
Yes.
much, Busayo. Thank
All
you.
right. Thank you too. You're welcome.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right.
Yes, sir.
So do your findings now and then decide if we are
Okay, sir.
legit, and then you can go ahead to make payment. All right.
All right. All right. No problem, sir. Thank you very
All right.
much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, so anybody else with any question, you're welcome. You're welcome, Busayo. Let me see. Do I have any more question in the chat? No, I don't. So, if you have more questions, please, you want to raise your hand, so that I can call you up and then you can ask your question. Any other person. And remember, no question is stupid. You can ask me any question. No question is stupid. All right. No question is stupid. Any other person with a question. Any other person with a question. Any other person with a question. I can still see we are about 50, if not 60 something on the call. We are about 60 plus on the call. uh you're on this call because you know that this is for you. All right. You would not wait, still stay on the call if you don't believe strongly that this is for you. So you want to ensure that you don't allow this to pass you by. All right. You heard everything we've spoken about, all night, and you know that this is what you need right now. You are tired of doing what you are doing right now. It's the economy does not permit us as Nigerians to just rely on our Nigerian jobs. It does not permit us because if you look at the typical salary that they pay typical Nigerians, I I don't think anybody would would want to bank only on that. Honestly, I don't think anybody would want to bank on that. So you want to empower yourself for something better. You want to empower yourself for something better. And this is an opportunity for you to do so, where you are not just learning the skills, you are on the program also learning how to position yourself for global opportunities. All right, for global opportunities. So I would advise that tonight, this is coming to your table. It's a sign that it is time for you to leave the barest minimum and start positioning yourself for more, all right, because you deserve more. But before you can get that more, you need to and be more, all right? So guys, um if you are yet to secure your discount, I would advise that you do so. All right. So let me do a last pulse check so that we can all have a wonderful night rest. So you're on the call. You have secured your discount already. All right. I want to congratulate you. Just give me a thumbs up, or you are still on the process of doing so tonight. You have secured your discount, or you are in the process of doing so. Please give me a thumbs up. Let me do one last pulse check. You have secured your discount, or you are still currently in the process of doing so. Give me a thumbs up. Roots, which one is it? I saw Roots give a thumbs up. Is it that you have secured, or you are in the process of securing? You
Evening,
can type in
sir.
the
I'm
chat,
still in.
Ruth. Have you secured your discount? Ooh, your network. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it's my network, to be honest, but yeah. So do so, and you can also reach out to me. All right, you can also reach out to me. You have my number there on the slides as well. So yeah, Benjamin, please go ahead. All right, Ruth. Benjamin, please go ahead. Hi, Benjamin. You have the floor. Yes, go ahead, Benjamin.
Thank you very much for this wonderful, training and lectures at the same time. Um, I want to ask you, promise us that we'll be having our profile, you know, sites. So how could we make it to go viral? That recruiters will see it. Where and where do we, you know, fix the link? How do we embed the link? Can you hear me, sir? Hello, hello.
Okay, yeah, yes, I can hear you actually. Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah.
I
I'm
can hear you,
asking
Benjamin.
where, yeah, using Google Site to create a link. Then how do we push the link for internet presence so that the recruiters, or where is the right place to take the link for recruiters to visit our site, our profile, and then equally see our LinkedIn um, profile. Thank you very much.
Okay. That's actually a very brilliant question. All right. But first thing I'll say is um, number one, what you want to leverage is LinkedIn. All right. You want to ensure that you are very visible on LinkedIn. All right. It is not your portfolio that will, catch the interest of the recruiters first. It's your LinkedIn. All right. So no, there's visibility. All right. You can be visible. I can come online and see you, but not be impressed by what I see. All right. If you get what I mean, it's one thing to be visible. For instance, I come online and I see, oh, there's an Osai Benjamin. But then I go through Osai Benjamin's profile. I'm not impressed. That visibility is wasted. All right. So there's a strategy to visibility, but more importantly, what do I see? What do recruiters see when they even come across your profile. So as much as it is important to be visible, I think it is more important how optimized your LinkedIn profile is. And not just that, what is the vibe your profile is giving? And that's where we talk about personal branding. All right, what do your profile project about you? That's what you really want to pay attention to. And once your profile projects the right image, recruiters are automatically interested. That's the first level. They are interested in getting to know you. But in getting to know you, they also need to determine whether you are worth their time. That's when they would now like to get to see your portfolio. So it is your profile that will attract them. They will then ask to see your portfolio. Then you can share your portfolio with them. That is on one side. That's one way to go about it. Another way people go about it is SEO, but that's pretty advanced. That's if you want to invest in SEO, search engine optimization, especially because you are using Google Sites, you also have the opportunity to integrate SEO into your project portfolio such that somebody can just Google data analyst on Google and your project portfolio literally comes up. There's a way you set your profile, your Google site to be publicly available, and then you also integrate SEO such that anybody that Google's data analyst, your project portfolio, your website is one of the websites that is thrown back at the recruiter. So that's another way to go about it. But the most efficient, if you ask me, is to build a personal brand that is so compelling that the recruiters literally get attracted to your profile. They are interested in wanting to talk to you. And in the process of talking to you, they can then request for your project portfolio to see if you're a good fit. And once you have gotten to that point, it then means that your project portfolio also has to be compelling enough to make them want to give you the job. Do you understand? So that would be my recommendation. Focus on your personal branding on LinkedIn, and then that would compel recruiters to want to get to see your project portfolio. Does that answer your question, Benjamin?
Yes, yes, to some extent,
Said,
because
I hope I didn't speak to the
I've,
wind.
hello, can you hear me? Hello, hello,
Yes, I can.
can you hear me, sir? Okay, I'm saying that I thought
Yes,
there is
yes,
a
I can
place
hear you.
we can we can fix, or a position in LinkedIn where we can fix our portfolio link, so that from there, from the LinkedIn, the recruiters can dive into our our site. Is there any means you can be writing your LinkedIn profile, and then you have a hyperlink that can take your recruiter from that place to your profile?
Okay, I get
That
what you mean. Yes, I think the short answer is yes. You can include a link. You can include a link on your LinkedIn. There's a way to include a link. So if you have your portfolio link, you can include it as a link under your LinkedIn. Your recruiter will click on that link. It takes them to your portfolio. All right, that is possible. So you can do that. Do you understand, Benjamin?
okay? Thank you very much. That has answered my question. Uh,
All right, you're welcome. You're welcome. All right, all right. Okay, so I think that that will be all. I don't think any other hands are raised. So, guys, um, if you are still on the call, I mean, the way I am seeing it is the way My assumption is that you want to do this. You want to get started. Am I correct? Am I correct? I want to make sure I'm not making the wrong assumptions about you. All right, give me a thumbs up. You don't need to unmute your mic. You know this is for you and you want to get started. If I'm making the right assumptions, just give me a thumbs up. You're still on the call because you know this is what you need right now. Give me a thumbs up. Guys, are we still here? Are we still here? Don't worry, we'll be closing shortly. Are we still here, guys? I'm not sure if you guys can hear me, but let me check from my end if there are no problems. Okay. I don't think there's a problem. Okay. Guys, can you guys still hear me? Awesome. All right. All right. So, my advice would be please go ahead and get your journey started. Time does not wait for you. All right. Time does not wait for you. So, reach out to us. Reach out to us. We want to help you get started and we can't wait to support you in this journey. So, if you're still making payments, you want to grab the discount tonight and you are yet to do so, I would be ending the session right about now. So you might want to take a screenshot. All right, let me enlarge the screen one more time. You might want to take a screenshot, all right, or you might want to take our number and reach out to us. If you have not done that, remember, you need to grab that before the slots, get filled up. And once you do that, we can't wait to help you in this journey. All right, so thank you very much, everyone, for joining us tonight, for sticking around till this time. I hope it was worth your time. I hope you learned a thing or two and you are fired up for your next journey. All right. Thank you very much, everybody, for joining. I wish you all a wonderful night rest. Good night, everybody.